All right, guys, you wanted it, and now you're going to get it. My full thoughts on the movie Battle of Gods. Overall, I would rank the movie as a 7.5 out of 10 simply because there's so many things I wanted to see in the movie that we didn't actually get to see in the movie, like Super Saiyan 3. Vegeta was something everybody thought would happen, everybody wanted. But I think one of the most disappointing things was the Super Saiyan God form or transformation overall, simply because it looked like an anorexic Goku who used the Kaioken. I mean, the transformation itself was a little underwhelming. I get, it was pretty cool seeing, all the Saiyans gather around Goku, giving them their energy or ki or life, or yeah, they just, help them reach their full amount. But just the fact that there wasn't that, epicness that it was when Goku first turned Super Saiyan against Frieza, or Vegeta showing his Super Saiyan form to androids 19, 20, and everybody else stunned reaction, Gohan and the others, or Gohan going Super Saiyan 2, and of course the iconic moment when Goku went Super Saiyan 3 against Fat Boo, or the one fans arguably say is better when he goes Super Saiyan 3 against Janemba and Fusion Reborn because of that epic scream. I mean, come on now. But the movie itself kind of seemed like Dragon Ball Z, with the action, but it had a lot of Dragon Ball elements, as far as comedy, Emperor Pilaf and their gang and, all of it together. And I'm working on the blog right now. I think I've said it many times. I have 4 different blogs set up for Battle of Gods, like how strong do I think Bills is, the unanswered question plot holes like how did King Kai get his planet back? How come the dragon only granted one wish when Dende fixed him in the Cell Saga to make 2 wishes instead of 1? Uh, and the list goes on. I mean, that blog itself is going to be the first one I release out of that little 4-part series because there's a lot of things I wish they would explain in that better. I know when Goku was on King Kai's planet at the beginning of the movie, he was obviously training, and that's when Bill and Whis show up, which was pretty cool to see them, just teleport everywhere when Whis just, strikes his cane on the ground or whatever. Overall, I don't see them as the villains because, Bills is like the Egyptian cat god or something, based on his design. And the fact that he got so mad over Fat Boo not sharing his pudding was kind of stupid when I first saw it, but then I watched it over again. It was pretty funny when you think about it. And seeing Bills because he's entitled to everything because he thinks of himself as higher or up above everyone else, which he pretty much is, except for Whis. And I was kind of disappointed, Mystic Gohan got defeated with a kick to the gut, and then Bills slammed his head into Boo's head, and then that was about it. That's why I posted a couple of weeks ago about my thoughts as to whether or not Goku and Vegeta had surpassed Mystic Gohan in power, even while unfused. Because in the movie, Vegeta, in his epicness, got very angry when Bill slapped Bulma to the ground, and he literally just wailed on him, punches, kicks, and I honestly don't know why he used the Gallic gun instead of, the Final Flash or Big Bang attack at the end of his, melee assault. I'm guessing because he was in the middle of a city and a Final Flash or something might have destroyed everything. So, I guess that was pretty smart. Uh, and another thing I wanted to talk about was how come Super Saiyan God only lasted about 7 minutes? Because I remember watching the movie again for like the 12th time, and I actually timed it from the time Goku transformed to when his powers, just faded away. So that's about 7 minutes, 15 seconds or something like that. And it wasn't really a fight, honestly. That's why I didn't really like the movie overall, because it was more, a melee fight. But then when Bill started using Energy Blast, Goku got all mad. He's like, "What are you using Energy Blast for?" And Bill was like, "This isn't sports or something." I don't know. I'm just going off the subtitles I read. But I was disappointed because we really didn't see the full extent of Super Saiyan God's power because Goku said he was fighting at 80% power, while Bill said he was fighting at 70% power. And after they, had the little talk and decided to go back to fighting, that's when Goku's power faded out. he reverted back to base form and was actually holding his own against Bills. And, utilizing instant transmission, which was pretty cool in itself to see Bills being, outsmarted by his tactic. He learned from Yardrat's, which is a race far below the God ranking. So that was pretty cool. And then when he caused a rock slide by using Energy Blast, that's when Goku went Super Saiyan 1 or Full Power Super Saiyan. And it seemed like they were fighting evenly up in the air, because Bill said he was using 70% power. But at the end of the battle, he's like, I've actually exhausted all of my power. I can't destroy the Earth. But you have to ask yourself, was Bills bluffing because maybe he decided he actually liked the Earth and decided to make some excuse as to why he couldn't blow it up? Or did he actually use more than 70% of his power to defeat Goku? Because when you think about it, just look at the fight again, when they're flying through the air, when he's Super Saiyan Goku versus Bills and they're going blow for blow, it was a pretty wild fight. Bills was probably using more than 70% power without even knowing it. Because you compare it when he was fighting Super Saiyan God Goku, the fight itself was fast paced but more calm than when they were fighting Super Saiyan Goku and Bills. And then when they reached outer space or the atmosphere, I think they were in outer space, because I think Saiyans can breathe in outer space. You can quote me on that. Forget that inside the atmosphere where they can breathe air. No, they're in space. When they got to space, that's when Goku started to be on the receiving end where he couldn't land a blow. It was kind of like his fight with Pikkon in a way, like where they seemed even at first, but then they got to the point where Pikkon was literally overpowering Goku. And it was pretty cool seeing Bill survive the Super Kamehameha wave with like no damage at all. So that's when he used his ultimate attack, and then that finger beam that literally looked humongous, by Dragon Ball Z standards. That's when I think Bills used a lot more of his power than he thought he did. That's when Goku goes Super Saiyan God momentarily on his own, absorbs the blast, and he, passes out. So overall, I believe there is something beyond Super Saiyan God. We haven't seen the full extent of a Super Saiyan God's power. But will the story continue? I don't know. Do I hope it continues? Of course, I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan. I want more. But the ending itself, I don't see why Akira would actually mention the idea of 11 other universes out there with gods of destruction or gods of creation. I mean, for all we know, the gods in alternate universes could be, fear, light, darkness. I don't know. The possibilities are endless. And I think the fact that Whis wasn't shown fighting says a lot, because he's Bill's master. He's the strongest in Universe 7, I believe. And I don't really know, what Akira will do next. Like I said before, I think in another video or this one, I forget, the manga of Battle of Gods will be released. But in an interview, Akira said that the movie itself was kind of short in terms of in the manga version of Battle of Gods, there'll be more, more behind the story. I'm guessing the fights will be, more detailed. And it makes sense because, when you're making a movie for theater, it can only be but so long. That's why a lot of people are ticked off when the book is put on the big screen and there's a lot of details missing. So that could let us, know right there might be more coming, and I really hope so. Was I disappointed Vegeta didn't go Super Saiyan 3? Yes, but I was satisfied knowing that he surpassed Goku's power without going Super Saiyan 3. That was pretty epic in itself. Because if he was a Super Saiyan God, that would be pretty interesting. Because he had like a Gohan moment when he got ticked off. His emotions fueled him instead of his own mind. He went wild. And seeing that Gohan was happy when Videl said she was pregnant, that was a pretty good moment, because every time Chi-Chi is pregnant, you've seen the memes, Goku, dies or something. So, yeah. I guess that's about it. I mean, I've watched the movie like 17 times, because I post about it a lot, so in the past anyway. And I wish we could have got at least one special attack from Goku, because Super Saiyan Goku Angry Kamehameha, Super Saiyan Vegeta, Big Bang Attack, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Father Son Kamehameha, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Do you have a special attack in his debut? I don't know. True Kamehameha. Kid, yeah, that's it. Super Saiyan 4 Goku 10 times Kamehameha. And in the Battle of Z game, we have Super Saiyan God Goku using the true, no, it's some special Kamehameha wave. I thought we would get something, a little different than that, but overall. What are your thoughts on Super Saiyan God? If you've seen Battle of Gods, how would you rank it on a scale of 1 to 10 and why? And if you have any other questions you want me to answer in future videos, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will catch you on the next video.